Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to Palm Bay High School as we kick off the 2025 high school football season. I'm Anthony Knockrunner here. Thanks for tuning in on Brevard Sports Network as we get ready for the kickoff classic between the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates. Joining me in the broadcast booth is Blake Mays, and our producer is Caleb Brown. I want to welcome you in as we get ready for an exciting high school football season here in the fall of 2025. No more waiting, and the high school football season will get underway shortly. We will have the national anthem here shortly, and we will pause for that. But as they get that ready, we will go ahead and turn it over to the PA announcer.
Cannon Battery Cannoneers tonight are Cadet Captain Carter Schneider, known as T-800, Cadet Lance Corporal Bruce Costa, Batman, and Cadet Captain Caitlin Carlson. Palm Bay Magnet High School Junior ROTC is under the overall command of Sergeant Major Roy Leung, United States Marine Corps, retired. Please remain standing as we play our national anthem.
And that was the national anthem as we get you ready for high school football here on Brevard Sports Network. The Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates getting ready to match up, and obviously a very familiar name, Kevin Mays. Obviously, we know his history with the Viera Hawks, but now he takes over a winless Palm Bay program last season and is trying to turn the ship around as he tries to get the Palm Bay Pirates back to where they once were, state champions and perennial playoff contenders. Right now, joining me in the booth is Blake Mays, and if you know the last name, it sounds familiar. Yes, he is the son of head coach Kevin Mays. Blake, welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Glad to be here. It's just exciting to be here. Friday Night Lights. Nothing gets better than this.
Well, Blake, let's recap before we get into the heart of this matchup. You guys had the satellite Oak Ridge game last night. You were broadcasting that one. What were some of your takeaways from the Scorps win last night?
Satellite dominated just all across the board. You know, from the first play of the game to the final, absolutely dominated. O-line, quarterback, just everybody played good, and they played their kind of football.
How impressed did you come away with Coach Dan Burke? Obviously a name very familiar to Palm Bay Pirate Nation, now leading the Satellite Scorpions.
Taking a 1-9 football team to an absolutely dominating win like that last night, it's what Dan Burke does. That's why he's well known around the county and just coaches 250 wins. It's just what he does.
Now, Blake, obviously you have some insight to the Palm Bay Pirates with your dad being the head coach. You've been around some practices. What's the vibe that you're getting from your dad and from this Palm Bay Pirates team?
Everyone on the staff, players, everybody, they're all excited, just wanting to get back to Palm Bay tradition, winning football games.
Who are some of the guys that have kind of stood out to you in some of the practices that you've seen so far?
Number 0, Byron Thompson. He will be all over the place playing receiver, maybe a little quarterback, safety. Number 2, Timmy Sederos, speedster at receiver. On the O-line, center, number 72. That is Gavin Rodriguez, good center, quarterback, Mickles Aids. On the defensive side, Billy Brown, and on the D tackle, Brennis Jordan. Those are all players to look forward to, and they could really be game changers.
And that's a name that I think a lot of fans are going to start to really get to know this season is Brennis Jordan, as you mentioned him, a big defensive tackle, big young player for the head coach Kevin Mays and this Palm Bay Pirates team.
He is. He's like 6'7". I'm not sure on his weight. I'm going to say above 250, though. And he is explosive, lengthy, and he knows how to use it.
Now going to the other side, we look at the Viera Hawks head coach Tony Gula in his third season, obviously making the playoffs last year, a successful season for the Viera Hawks, making the playoffs. Obviously not the record that they wanted. They're going to try and look to turn that around this season, but they do have some really nice pieces coming back. Obviously quarterback Eric Nelson, a veteran offensive line. You look at their center. Max Kukajika, as well as Sam Cordona, Tyler Wu, Kobe Wallace, and Chase Kramer. Some names to look in the backfield this year. Transfer from Holy Trinity, Duke Butler, and the freshman Derek Schmedke. A freshman, he's built, he's big. If you got a chance to watch Vieira's media days, you got to see him and what he looks like. I can only imagine what he's going to look like in pads, but a very, very big individual that could be getting some snaps as a freshman. You look at some of the wide receivers, Merritt Island transfer Sean Hartman, Jonah Woodruff's another one, and look for Gabe Freeman as well tonight. The Viera Hawks losing their three-year starting running back from last season and 4 starting wide receivers. It's going to be really interesting to see how these pieces work together with a veteran quarterback in Eric Nelson, Blake. So Eric Nelson also 1,100 yards passing last season, 9 touchdowns, 4 picks, 728 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. True dual threat. And it'll be interesting to see how he operates this offense here tonight. The offensive coordinator, Chris Murphy, will be interesting to see what kind of plays he dials up. You know, looking at some of the keys here tonight, obviously the reunion between Coach Mays and the Viera Hawks, but how this offense for Viera operates, and at the same time, too, how both defenses, the Viera Hawks have a bunch of new names on defense. The Palm Bay Pirates as well. They've got a bunch of new names. We mentioned a couple of them already, but which defense tonight I think is really going to be the key. Who gets the most stops, Blake?
Defense is definitely going to be a question for both teams. Both of them very new. I know Palm Bay, I think they're running a new defense this year. And D-line in the trenches, I think, is going to be the story of the game.
I was going to say, when you talked about Brennis Jordan, that big defensive tackle, it'll be interesting to see how that veteran offensive line for the Viera Hawks handles him, as well as defensive end Billy Brown, physical pass rusher, 30 tackles last year as well. They definitely got some guys up there, as well as Nate Foreman. Jaden Ramos will be some other guys as well to mention along the front. Linebackers, it looks like it's going to be James White, Blaze Brown, and Caden Fonte as well. Those are going to be names to keep an eye on. You got Michael Lockhart, Tim Sedaris, Bill Thompson, and P.J. Pominski, who are going to back up the defense for the Viera Hawks. Right now at midfield, we've got the coin toss going on as we look at the captains for Viera as well as the Palm Bay Pirates as we get closer and closer to kickoff here and really the start of the high school football season, which will be exciting. I know these games won't mean anything in terms of wins and losses, but obviously next week gets things going. And Blake, you're a former player not that far removed. In a kickoff classic, what were you trying to take away, and what do you think these guys are trying to take away from a game tonight where the win or loss doesn't really matter?
It doesn't matter on the record, but in the players' hearts, it does matter. This is where you set the tone for the season, and both teams coming off, maybe seasons where they both weren't happy with, but this is where you set the tone and you make your statement of how your season's going to go. You also can't forget about Viera's D-line with their leader, Sal Orlando.
Right, yeah, Sal.
So both teams have pretty good D-lines, and we're going to see how the offense is able to match up with it.
Sal Orlando, 26 tackles last season, 6 tackles for loss, and 12 quarterback hurries in 2024. You also got Dylan Price and Jason Harp along that defensive line. Dylan Price with 32 tackles and 4 tackles for loss back in 2024. Viera's defense will also have Blake Thomas, Brian Veal, James Olson, Paul Henna as well, William McClure, Yanni Jean, Dimitri Jean, and Daniel Jolly on the back end for the Viera Hawks defense. We'll get to their offense here in a little bit as well. Don't know who won the coin toss necessarily, but Viera's it looks like they've won the toss, and they will defer. And I would imagine the Pirates will likely be taking the ball here to open up the first half of this one as we get ready to kick things off between the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates. Kevin Mays has returned to Brevard County as a head coach. Obviously, he's visited a couple times as the head coach of Baker County, but now here permanently back in the 3-2-1. Kicking things off for the Viera Hawks, we will find out here shortly as the Viera Hawks come out onto the field, as well as the Palm Bay Pirates. Pirates also have their cannon back. We'll see if they fire that in here shortly. But so far tonight, also good attendance. Still filing in. Players still trying to fire. Be a good tournament tonight. Here's the first Friday of the fall season. It's a hot one today. Definitely was out on the field earlier today. It was definitely warm.
Hydrating. Night at Satellite, a lot of cramps.
Even if you hydrate, I don't think that there's a whole lot you can really do, especially in this heat. You can continue to try and drink as much water as you can, but man, the way these guys are moving, I think cramps are just going to be a part of it, especially in this first week and a half, first 2 or 3 weeks of the season.
And number 9, Gabe Harris.
And number 11. Palm Bay.
Maxwell.
This is where all the jitters start to set in, all the adrenaline's pumping, because you're about to hit somebody who's not one of your teammates.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's another aspect of this thing, too. These guys got to be just jacked to be hitting somebody else in a different color jersey and not be in practice. Maxwell will line things up here. Return men back around the 5 for Palm Bay. Palm Bay Pirates with new Under Armour uniforms this season. They got gray, red, and black. They're obviously wearing their gray tops tonight. They got black and red pants as well. Dominic kicks this one off. Get it to the 20, and we returnable. Across the 25 to 30, able to break a man. It's across the down to about the 43-yard line. And that is where Caden Newton will be dropped. Good return where the Palm Bay Pirates offense will have good field position to start this drive, 1st and 10. So the Palm Bay Pirates will actually have the ball 1st and 10 from their 44-yard line. Get our first look at Mikkel Zades. Zades in the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Bill Thompson. Thompson looking to throw. Looking deep. He's got a man. That's Timmy Sedaros as he makes the catch at the 20. Brought down at the 15 with a big first down catch as we got a flag flying in from that far sideline. We'll see what the penalty's on, but a great first play from the Palm Bay Pirates.
It looks like we have 2 penalties, one by the line of scrimmage and one down the field where Timmy Sedaros caught the ball.
Could this be offsetting penalties? We'll see. So it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Palm Bay Pirates as they're walking back. But again, Bill Thompson, you talked about him earlier, Blake. Absolute athlete, was able to uncork that one. Tim Sedaros able to make the catch. Would have been a big, big play for the Palm Bay Pirates, but unfortunately a penalty is going to knock that play out and back them up even further.
And that kills the momentum. You think you have a great play, and then a penalty brings you all the way back. Now the Palm Bay players have to refocus in and just work the ball down the field. Didn't
quite see what the penalty was Officials are still talking things over on the far sideline. Giving you a quick update on this starting lineup. Dorian Beauchamp, a name to watch, the running back for the Palm Bay Pirates, had a very good spring game, had a 50-yard touchdown run back in the spring game back in May. Another name to keep an eye on, Blaze Brown, Aiden Davis, and Lamarian Harris as well.
Looks like there's another penalty on the Palm Bay Pirates. That'll back them up more.
I was about to say, unfortunately, another penalty on the Pirates. Going from what would have been first down and 10 on the Viera 15 is now first down and 20 from the Pirate 34-yard line. So first and 20 from the 34. So we'll get things underway. Gavin Rodriguez, the big center, anchors the middle of this Pirates offensive line. A lot of size, a lot of strength in the middle of that Pirates offensive line. Zades calls for the snap. Hands off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp able to cross away, but loses the football, and it looks like some Viera Hawks are going to fall on it. So right now, a first down for the Hawks and a turnover for the Hawks defense.
That ball just popped out of his arms. The great hit by the linebacker, and that'll be first down Viera. And if you're Viera, that is how you want to start the game, getting a turnover off the first drive.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, great job by the Hawks defense. And unfortunately for Beauchamp, he had it, and then the ball just kind of squirted out late as he was bouncing. And unfortunately, just a mistake there by the running back. I know he'll want that one back. But right now, the Viera Hawks, they make the first big play on defense with that turnover. Now the Palm Bay Pirates defense will have to respond. Eric Nelson in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off, and the Pirates defense is going to sniff that one out. Jaden Ramos and Billy Brown in on the stop. The running back, Duke Butler, for the Hawks, loses a couple. He'll lose two. Again, Eric Nelson, quarterback for the Hawks, went on a country tour. Went all the way to Montana, all the way to the Northeast for several camps. Talk more about that as the night goes on. Shotgun once again for Nelson. Nelson's going to hand it off again to Duke Butler. And Butler trying to hold on to the ball. And it is going to be big man Brennis Jordan who tried to take that one away but comes away with the tackle.
And he's tall and lengthy, and he just used it right there. Also a very powerful player. And
yeah, you're talking about it. Brennis Jordan, a huge player for the Palm Bay Pirates defense, and he made a big stop there as the Viera Hawks right now face a third down and long. Here as they've got a third down and about 12. Ball needs to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. Nelson now motions out. Butler takes a snap. Butler going to keep it himself. Got room in the middle of the field. Makes one man miss, but he falls down at the 35.
That was a great fake by the quarterback.
It'll bring up fourth and short. Nice little creative action there by the Viera Hawks.
It looks like Viera's going to go for it.
Well, in plus territory here, I don't think you're quite in range of your field goal kicker and probably a little too close for your punter.
Call this the dead zone. Neither option's good, so you might as well go for it.
Exactly. Viera Hawks need to get to the 33-yard line of Palm Bay for a first down. Eric Nelson gets the snap. Hands off to Butler once again. Butler on the right side. He will get to the 31, picks up a couple of yards, and enough for a Viera Hawk first down.
Great blocking by the Viera O-line on that one. Making it easy just to get 5 yards on that, and it'll be first down Viera.
So far, we've seen a heavy dose of Duke Butler from this Viera offense. Sean Hartman will be interesting to see, and Jonah Woodruff. Again, two very talented skill position players. Nelson spins around, looking to throw. He's going to throw it to the far sideline to Jonah Woodruff, and Woodruff is driven out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Solid pickup for the Hawks offense.
That was a good play action by the quarterback, Eric Nelson, on that one.
Again, nice play action fake by Eric Nelson. Jonah Woodruff, hard to tackle if you can catch him, especially after a catch, but a nice job kind of getting him out into the far side of the defense. Palm Bay's defense right now trying to bow up here a little bit as Vieira gets closer and closer to the Dean Stewart Photography red zone. In the backfield, Butler and Schmetke, the freshman, number 28. Actually, check that. That's Woodruff in the backfield with Schmetke. Nelson changing the play. Second down and about 2 to go. Handoff to Schmetke. Oh, Eric Nelson keeps it. Had me faked to the 10 and hit hard as he's driven down at the 6. That looked like that was the safety, Bill Thompson, with the hit.
That was a great read by Eric Nelson on that play. And Palm Bay had nobody for the quarterback on that one. So he just took it up the field, got what he can.
And Byron Thompson with a big hit on the quarterback, Eric Nelson. Still a first down, though. Gain of about 15. And right now, Viera Hawks inside the Dean Stewart Photography red zone here, trying to put points on the board as we've got 7:43 to go here in the first quarter of the 2025 Kickoff Classic. Nelson will hand off to Derek Schmetke, the freshman. Schmetke powering his way into the end zone for a Hawks touchdown.
And that was counter right there, and I guess the O-line blocked it good. And he was able to make maybe a man or two miss going into the touchdown.
So after a Palm Bay fumble, the Viera Hawks take it 7 plays and 43 yards for a touchdown as we see the kick go through the uprights. Dominic Maxwell with the extra point, 7-0. The Viera Hawks leading the Palm Bay Pirates. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back with more of the Kickoff Classic.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
Welcome back here to Palm Bay High School as the Viera Hawks now lead 7-0 over the Palm Bay Pirates. Pirates offense got the ball first, but unfortunately fumbled it away. Viera capitalizes, and we're going to see Newton once again take the return across the 30. Again, room to run across the 40, midfield. Caden Newton could take it all the way across the 20, 15, 10, 5, down at the 1-yard line. A 97-yard return for Caden Newton in the Palm Bay Pirates, and the Pirates offense sets up in great field position.
I tell you what, great return, but even
89-yard return.
Better effort by the Viera player who made the tackle, running all the way to this sideline, all the way back to the other sideline to make the tackle. It'll be first down, Palm Bay on the 1.
So Palm Bay's offense will take over on the 1-yard line with 7:10 to go here in the first quarter after an 89-yard return.
And if you're Palm Bay, obviously not what you wanted out of the first drive. offense and defense, but what a way to respond.
Absolutely. Zades will give the handoff to Beauchamp. Beauchamp, but we stopped at the 1. A great hit. And that looks like James Olson, the leading tackler returning from last season, makes the big stop. Be second down from about the 2. Second down and goal for the Palm Bay offense. Again, the Palm Bay Pirates had the ball first, and Caden Newton had a great return, took her to about the 43, but then an unfortunate fumble destabilized a good drive. We'll see Zades in the shotgun. Quick handoff there, and it looks like it's Thompson. Thompson trying to get into the end zone, crosses the goal line. Touchdown for the Palm Bay Pirates. Actually, check that.
Lamarion
Harris. Lamarion Harris with an 8-yard touchdown. 2-yard touchdown by Lamarion Harris.
What a way to respond by the Palm Bay Pirates. After maybe a frustrating first drive, to come back, good return, and to finish the drive with a touchdown. Palm Bay for the extra point.
Mark Piccino to attempt the extra point for the Palm Bay Pirates. Sederos to hold. Kick is on the way, and it is good. And the Palm Bay Pirates tack things up even 7-7. And you did just hear the cannon, and yeah, it got everybody here in the booth. We'll go ahead and send it back to break. When we come back, we'll have more football for you, high school football for you here on Brevard Sports Network as the Viera Hawks taking on the Palm Bay Pirates. Score tied up 7-7.
Hey, this is Devon Dudley, and you are watching Brevard Sports Network. Oh, my brother, testify.
Score tied up 7-7 as the Viera Hawks get ready to receive this kick as the Palm Bay Pirates just put one on the board. Harris with a 2-yard touchdown run after being set up by Caden Newton on an 89-yard kick return. Derek Schmadeke for the Viera Hawks got the scoring for Viera on their previous drive as a short kick by Piccino as it's returned by Sean Hartman. Hartman across the 45, and the Viera Hawks offense will set up with great field position.
Number 3, Sean Hartman Jr. on the return. Knocked out by number 15 for the Pirates, going in Beauchamp.
Let's see if the Palm Bay Pirates made any adjustments on defense to make sure, you know, touchdowns don't happen anymore. And obviously, if you're Viera, you just keep doing what you're doing, drive down the field, put points on the board.
Well, that's the thing, Blake, is that Palm Bay's defense had Viera on a 4th and short and had him really close to getting off the field, but then it was a Duke Butler run for a couple of yards. It wasn't a big run. It was just a 3-yard run to just get enough for that first down. So the Palm Bay Pirates defense came close, but then Eric Nelson and the Viera offense with some quick passes was able to open things up.
And Viera's offensive coordinator, Coach Murphy, he played under my dad, Kevin Mays, at Viera. So
there's still a lot of ties there.
Mm-hmm. And as far as I can see right now, both offenses are very similar with gap scheme and zone, all that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, as we look at 6:06 to go here in the first quarter, right now 7-7 between the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates. So far, a lot of explosive plays. Obviously, that 89-yard return. Obviously we had that big run by Eric Nelson, 15 yards earlier in the previous drive for the Viera Hawks. So far, offense has been able to make some moves.
Both teams right now look to both be run-heavy teams.
As I say, Duke Butler back now behind Eric Nelson. Woodruff, the inside receiver, as he now goes in motion. Nelson calls for the shotgun. First down and 10. Flag flies. Nelson looking to go deep. Makes the catch, and be brought down inside the 20. Slade Pulliam, the receiver for Vieira, makes the catch. A big play. We'll see if that flag, though, will negate the big play for Vieira. And I think it's going to. I think Vieira is going to – this penalty is going to be on the Hawks, and it's going to negate that big pass play. And, Blake, we've already seen that a couple times tonight. Now for Vieira, that first play for the Palm Bay Pirates, they had a big pass play, and that was negated by penalty.
That is just the worst thing for an offense. Big play, and then penalty brings it back. And again, we talk about momentum. Right now, I'd say momentum's about even, but for Vieira's offense right there, you get a big play, and then, your players just kind of feel like, dang, we missed one.
Yeah, especially considering that was going to set up the Hawks inside the Dean Stewart Photography red zone. But now instead it'll be first down and 15 for the Hawks and quarterback Eric Nelson. Eric Nelson calls for Woodruff to go in motion, and we're going to have a false start. And that's going to back up the Viera Hawks 5 more yards.
That's going to make it first and 20 for the Viera Hawks. Kickoff Classic and Week 1 games, that's penalties, just mistakes. Obviously stuff you don't want, but it is the first week, and this is where you get all of it out of your system.
And now we've got another whistle. They're looking at the clock. I think they just wanted to make sure the clock was right as we look at 5:57 to go here in the first quarter. Viera 7, Palm Bay 7. Slade Pulliam, the receiver, on the near sideline, one that made the big catch before the penalty. Eric Nelson, shotgun snap, screen to Hartman, trying to bob his way through the defense, able to gain a couple extra yards. Tackle made by DeMar Hopkins for the Palm Bay Pirates, but not after Sean Hartman gets most of that penalty yardage back.
That was a great screenplay by the Viera Hawks. They had the O-line set, which got the rush from the D-line, which really opened up the play for them. That'll be easy 11 yards, make it 2nd and 9.
Ball sitting on the near side hash mark of the 45. 2nd down and 9. Nice little middle wide receiver screen there for the Hawks. Gets most of that penalty yardage back. Butler in the backfield with Nelson. Nelson looking to go deep once again, and that one's overthrown. Michael Lockhart, the cornerback, in coverage for the Pirates. Gabe Freeman was the intended wide receiver. Brings up 3rd down and long for the Viera Hawks.
And that was good defensive positioning by Lockhart, looking at the quarterback and just making sure it's not a penalty, but still leaning onto him, making sure that pass gets out of bounds.
I say good coverage from Michael Lockhart. And fans, if you hadn't had a chance, because Michael Lockhart's name is in those previews on Brevard Sports Network's Facebook page. Alan Slaughter-Zinski did a fantastic job with those previews. If you have not taken a look at them, make sure you do, because Michael Lockhart, who just made a good play in coverage, is mentioned in those. A lot of great information to get you ready for the high school football season. 3rd down and 9. Ball needs to get to the 49-yard line of Viera for a first down. Butler with the handoff, coming to the near sideline, but cut down quickly by Byron Thompson, coming from his safety position. Sets up 4th down and about a long 4 for the Hawks. Great play by Thompson.
Let's see what Viera will do. Last time on 4th down, they went for it, and it looks like Eric Nelson's going to be staying in the ball game.
As I say, the offense right now staying in. Coach Gula sends in the play. 4:29 to go here in the first quarter of this kickoff classic between the Palm Bay Pirates and the Viera Hawks. A lot of other games going on. We'll get you some scores when we can. But got a dandy of a ball game here in Palm Bay.
I'm expecting a hard count on this play.
We'll see if Blake's... Oh, we got a penalty flag now, and that may negate all of it as it's a delay of game. And I don't know if that's how Viera wanted to draw that up, because I don't even think they got a cadence off before that one, Blake.
And it looks like offense staying in on 4th and about 9 for Viera.
So 4th down and 9 for the Viera Hawks. That run by Duke Butler on 2nd down pretty much wiped away by the delay of game penalty. 3 receivers to the far side. Nelson rolls, looks, and he's going to throw it quickly out to Hartman, who makes the catch, has 40, and inside the 35, let's call it inside the 36, and that's going to be enough for a Viera Hawks first down. That's 2 big 4th down conversions.
And those could be the difference in the game. Obviously, we saw in the last time they converted a 4th down, they went and scored that drive. Let's see if Viera Hawks can do it again. Viera's O-line doing a great job giving Eric Nelson time to throw the football.
Gain of 19 yards on that 4th down play sets up first down and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line of Palm Bay. Hartman tips it up for a second, makes the catch, now has room to run, gets across the 30, and he'll be down at about the 29, 28-yard line.
Looks like
Great
we have a
job
flag.
by Sean Hartman recovering.
Flag on the far sideline.
We'll see what the penalty will be and if that'll back up the Viera Hawks or not. I believe that was an illegal shift. It's either illegal shift or illegal motion on the Viera Hawks. So that positive play for Sean Hartman will be wiped out, and we will go back 5 yards, and it'll go all the way back to the 40.
And that is the 3rd time this game we've had a very good positive play taken back because of penalties.
That just sounds like a kickoff classic, doesn't it? Right now, 3:14 to go in the first quarter here of this kickoff classic between the Hawks and the Pirates. Thank you for tuning in and joining us here on Brevard Sports Network as we've got high school football back here in Brevard County. First down and 15 for the Hawks. Eric Nelson in the shotgun, Butler behind him. Nelson's going to keep it this time, turns it upfield, across the 30, inside to the sideline to the 20, and he'll be knocked out of bounds, and we got a flag flying into the middle of the field late. We'll see what the flag's on, but again, another big play for the Hawks. We'll see if it stands.
A great read by Eric Nelson, seeing the DN come inside, and he takes it outside, realizes nobody has him, so he just takes off and run for a big gain.
Unsportsmanlike against the Viera Hawks. Obviously, we're not going to get a number on that one, but again, a tough break there is, again, another big play negated by a penalty on the Viera offense. And again, Blake, you said it. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back so far on this drive.
Just beating yourself down is the worst feeling as a player. You have a good play, and you see the flag on the field, and you're just wondering, is that on us? Is it on the other team? And you realize it's on you, and it sucks the soul out of you for a little bit. But then you have to, as a player, you have to remember just next play, next play.
Well, and I can only imagine this drives coaches crazy. Obviously, Coach Mays, Coach Gula, they've got to be a little frustrated so far tonight because penalties have wiped out big plays for both offenses. We got a water break right now, so while we've got a moment, let's tell you about our proud sponsors. Is back pain slowing you down? Total Spine and Orthopedics helps people get back on their feet faster and with less pain. Their minimally invasive treatments mean smaller incisions, quicker recovery, and better results than traditional surgery. Whether it's spinal injections, radiofrequency ablation, or advanced minimally invasive spine surgery, their specialists use cutting-edge technology to find and fix the exact cause of your pain. Give them a call at 321-499-4646 or visit TotalSpineOrtho.com. So right now we got a quick score update. The Cocoa Tigers are up 3-0 on Bradford, and right now Rockledge and Heritage, they are tied up at 7. Those games both being broadcasted on Brevard Sports Network. Our good friends Alan Slaughter-Zinski up in Rockledge, and our good friend Jackson up in Cocoa. His final broadcast.
What a way to go.
I was about to say, that's quite the game. That's quite a game. The only one that could say that would be better is if your final broadcast is a state championship. But again, Jackson getting ready to go off to college, going off to the University of Florida. Wishing him nothing but the best. Hope he's having a great call tonight. Return to action. 2nd down and 10. Nelson, pressure coming, throws it quickly to Woodruff, and Woodruff's able to get to the near sideline, pick up a couple of yards, but a great tackle by the corner, Michael Lockhart.
And another flag.
And we will see if this play will hold up.
Lockhart's helmet came off, so he'll be off for at least a play.
Yep, Michael Lockhart heading to the sideline. Caden Newton coming in for him. Blaze, personal foul against the Palm Bay Pirates. So they'll tack this on, I believe, at the end of the run.
That is one thing about Vieira's offense is even if the quarterback pulls it, you still have 1 or 2 guys you have to watch out for. Because on that play, everyone's sold for the quarterback. He throws it out to the receiver, and easy yards.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this Viera offense is going to be really tough to stop because the way they line up, they can run the option out of the shotgun, they can pass out of it. You know, Eric Nelson's a very good quarterback and can throw the football pretty well. We've seen him do that tonight, and so he's a very dangerous player, and that's going to make it tough on defenses, and especially defensive linemen, because he may look to throw, but then all of a sudden fake you and take off and run for it. Ball spotted on the 14-yard line after the penalty. Eric Nelson all alone, throws it quickly out to Butler. Butler looking for a block, gets it, 5, and a touchdown for the Viera Hawks as Duke Butler puts the Viera Hawks ahead.
With a flag on the field.
See, this is why I have you, Blake. You're seeing these flags. I don't see them.
And I think this one is going to be on the Viera Hawks.
Yep, block in the back on Viera, and that's going to negate the touchdown. I would say, we've had 6, 7 straight plays with penalties so far.
It's the Kickoff Classic for you.
So a touchdown off the board for the Viera Hawks, and they'll get backed up to about the 25.
I tell you what, both teams are going to have a meeting with their coaches about penalties and how it cannot happen anymore.
No, they cannot. Again, you're talking about taking away big plays. Now you're talking about taking points off the board here tonight. We've seen it from both teams. Again, it's also the Kickoff Classic, so that's a part of it here. That's why we play these games. So 1st down and 20 for the Viera Hawks. Hartman lined up as the up back. Woodruff the inside slot, pulling the receiver on the near side. Hand off to Butler. Butler's got room, cuts inside. Now trying to get to the outside. 10, 5, touchdown, Viera Hawks. And Blake, do we have a flag?
I did not see a penalty on that play.
We don't have a flag, so the touchdown will stand, and the Viera Hawks will take the lead. Maxwell for Vieira to attempt the extra point. Slade Pulliam to hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good for the Viera Hawks as they now lead 14-7 here at Palm Bay High Stadium. We're going to send it to break. When we come back, more high school football here at Palm Bay High School. Welcome back. Here is the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates doing battle here on the Brevard Sports Network as it's the Kickoff Classic. High school football is back, and the fall sports calendar is underway. If you didn't get a chance to tune in yesterday, Alan Solderzinski was broadcasting some preseason volleyball. Brevard Sports Network will have a full slate of volleyball this upcoming season. As Maxwell will send a squib kick over, I believe that is Caden Fonte. Yeah, Caden Fonte there to pick it up as the Viera Hawks have learned their lesson not to kick it to Caden Newton. Caden Newton had a good, probably about 25-yard return on the opening kickoff and then had an 89-yard kick return that set up the Palm Bay Pirates' last scoring drive.
Palm Bay on the first drive fumbled, which led to a Viera Hawks touchdown. Second drive started on the 1-yard line, so let's see what Palm Bay can do with their first, I would say, real drive.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was really because they were set up on the 1-yard line on that last drive. Only had to go 2 yards in 3 plays to get a score. Mikkel Zade's the quarterback. Beauchamp in the backfield with him. Zade's high snap, looking to throw. Pressure coming from the Viera defense, and that looks like Brian Veal. Yep, Brian Veal, the defensive end, coming off that edge, sacking Zades. And nice job there by the Viera Hawks defense. Brian Veal, a South Carolina transfer linebacker, saw time as a freshman last season on a 12-1 program in South Carolina. He's a smart, physical player as the Palm Bay Pirates look at second and long.
There looked to be some miscommunication on that Palm Bay play, and the quarterback just didn't know what to do with it. But on that, you throw the ball away, get it down so you don't take a loss.
Yeah, Zays didn't even see him as Veal came from his blind side. So second down and long. Dorian Beauchamp, the running back, to Zade's right. Zade looking to throw. Little screen. It's picked off by James Olson. Olson at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. And we got a penalty flag flying as well. Got a feeling that might have been a little bit of unsportsmanlike. Maybe. We'll see what the refs say, but a flag on the play. James Olson, though, sniffing that play out. Olson, the leading tackler back from last year's team. 84 tackles, 12 tackles for loss last season. Zade's under a lot of pressure on that last play as he tried to set up a middle screen. Didn't quite work out.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hawks.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Viera Hawks, and we're in the visitors' press box, and if you hear the boos, yep, that's Viera fans.
The touchdown still stands.
It does?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's almost likely it's taunting or excessive.
So the touchdown will stand, it will count. I was going to say that actually makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I forgot that, but that'll add to the Viera Hawks lead. But again, you got to give a lot of credit to James Olson. What a way to sniff that out. He sniffed out the middle screen and took it the rest of the way. So Dominic Maxwell will kick the extra point to trying to extend this lead. And unfortunately for the Palm Bay Pirates offense, outside of that drive where they were set up on the one, it's been a fumble and it's been an interception. So not a way this offense wanted to start tonight's game. Blake Thomas, the 5-star long snapper, he'll get that one through. Maxwell puts it up nice, and it'll extend the lead 21-7 for the Viera Hawks. We'll have more coming back here as you're watching Viera take on Palm Bay on the Brevard Sports Network. More football coming your way next. You're watching the Kickoff Classic on Brevard Sports Network. I'm Anthony Knockreiner, Blake Mays, Caleb Brown here on the broadcast as the Viera Hawks pick six the Palm Bay Pirates. Their lead is now 21-7 with 1:31 to go in the first quarter as the Viera Hawks, a playoff team from a year ago, and looking to build upon that and more. Head coach Tony Gula in his third season, trying to get this team into the playoffs and make a deeper run this season. And again, they're in a tough district. Obviously, we know what Melbourne under head coach Jeff Panucci. I know that game's on Brevard Sports Network as well. But Melbourne's in the district, and Kissimmee Osceola's in the district as well. And they're good. They're a tough football team. And Viera's going to see them later on down the line. They'll see Osceola October 10th. There's a squib kick by Maxwell. It'll be picked up by Newton. Newton going back towards the middle of the field using his speed. Already a lot of return yardage for Newton. Stiff arms one guy, almost makes the broken tackle, but is brought down at the 39-yard line. Great tackle by Tristan Tyson, the junior for Viera. So a fumble on the first drive for the Palm Bay offense. A great kick return sets up Palm Bay at the 1 on their second drive, and then third drive, unfortunately, a pick 6 for Mikkel Zades. And before that pick 6, he was sacked by Brian Veal. First down and 10 from the Palm Bay 39. Hand off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp right up the gut. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down. And James Olson, the linebacker, in on the play, in on the stop.
Great play by the linebacker, James Olson, on that one. He's backside linebacker on that play, and if you can't get to him, that's his play to make, and he did right there for a short gain.
Brian Veal with the sack, playing on that far side as that pass rusher. Blitz coming from Vieira. Zades throws it quickly, but it's picked off. Picked off by Yanni Jean as he works his way to the middle of the field, to the 40. He's got blockers, makes one man miss, still on his feet at the 25, and he'll be brought down at the 25-yard line. Back-to-back interceptions for the Viera Hawks defense.
Great play by number 12 right there. Taking it all the way across the other side of the field for a good return. First down, Viera in the red zone.
So Viera will get the ball in Palm Bay territory. We got 42 ticks to go on the clock right now here in the first. 21-7, the Hawks lead and trying to extend it. Duke Butler, the transfer from Holy Trinity, in the backfield, along with Derek Schmadeke. Handoff to Hartman. Hartman got a man in front, getting to the sideline, but Caden Newton able to make the stop. Might have been it's a gain of a couple, but again, great pursuit by Caden Newton for the Palm Bay Pirates. Only a couple for Sean Hartman. Gain of 2 yards on the end around. We got whistles that'll stop the clock at 13 seconds. Be second down and 8 for the Viera Hawks. Slade Pulliam, the receiver on the near side. Eric Nelson hands off to Butler. Butler following his blockers, but going to get wrapped up quickly as DeMar Hopkins as well as Brennis Jordan in on the stop. Set up about 3rd and 6 to go.
That'll be the end of the first quarter.
And right you are at the end of the first quarter, 21-7, the Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates, but they are driving. We'll take a break. The second quarter resumes here on the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back to the Brevard Sports Network as the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates battling here in the Kickoff Classic as we get ready for the full slate of the high school football season here in Brevard County. The Viera Hawks, after another interception, this time by Yanni Jean, sets up the Viera Hawks deep inside Palm Bay territory. Some quick score updates. Cocoa is up over Bradford 6-0. Rockledge is up over Heritage 14-7. Tell you about the Melbourne score here shortly. Eric Nelson drops back to throw. Quickly out to Jonah Woodruff, and Woodruff reaching out across the goal line, but he'll be stopped at the 1.
Great effort by Woodruff there, trying to get in the end zone. Comes up just short.
Great play. And again, Eric Nelson throwing the football tonight, been very, very effective. I'm very curious to see what the final numbers will be, but right now Eric Nelson doing a lot of great things from that quarterback position, and having a guy like Jonah Woodruff in the flats with so much speed and ability and hard to tackle, just a great play set up there by Coach Tony Gula as the Viera Hawks now look at 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Schmadeke the back in the backfield, and he'll get into the end zone for a touchdown. Check that. Is that? Oh, no, that was Duke Butler. Actually, I don't even think that was Duke Butler. Oh, no, that was Derek Schmadeke. Okay, that was Derek Schmadeke. Tough to see some of those numbers with that golden reflection with the lights on. But either way, the Viera Hawks extend their lead after the 1-yard plunge. Kick by Maxwell is up, and it is good.
Maxwell's kick is good.
Viera just doing a great job on both sides of the ball, taking control of this game at the start of the second quarter.
We'll go ahead and send it back to studios real fast. When we come back, the Viera Hawks will be kicking off. You're watching the Kickoff Classic on Brevard Sports Network. Palm Bay Pirates and the Viera Hawks here at the Kickoff Classic as you're watching high school football on Brevard Sports Network. Viera Hawks just extended their lead 28-7. And right now the Palm Bay Pirates offense, 3 out of their last 4 drives have ended in turnovers. As we'll see a squib kick. Caden Newton can't quite get it, and that'll go into the end zone in a touchback. And the Palm Bay Pirates will have the ball first down and 10 on their own 20.
Let's see if Palm Bay's offense has made some adjustments to limit the turnovers and get the ball driving down the field.
That's the thing is there have been some positive plays for the Palm Bay Pirates. You go back to that first play where Byron Thompson threw it to Tim Sedaros. Tim Sedaros was able to take it down to about the 15-yard line, but unfortunately a flag negated that big play, which ended up leading to a fumble. And the Palm Bay Pirates, no flag on that play. We're talking probably more about a 28-14 or 21-14 ball game at this point. Those have been kind of the miscues for the Palm Bay Pirates that have led to this kind of score right now as Zades takes a snap, looking to go deep, looking to throw. He's got Bill Thompson wide open. Byron Thompson across the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown for the Palm Bay Pirates.
One thing I'll say about him is if he gets in open space, nobody is catching him. He runs a 4-4 40-yard dash, and there's the cannon. Palm Bay with a positive play, no penalties on the board for their second touchdown. Getting ready for the extra point.
I'll tell you what, Zades had a tough first quarter, threw a couple of picks, but I'll tell you what, nothing feels better than throwing an 80-yard touchdown pass to make you forget that.
It's just, you got to respond any way you can, and that is a very good way to respond. It's like,
yeah, Byron Thompson, again, with a big play. He's made some big plays tonight. Going to be a guy to really watch as the Pirates go on through the rest of this season. And the Palm Bay Pirates, they're going to take a timeout here, and we're going to do the same as we go ahead and tell you about our proud sponsors, Dean Stewart Photography, who has been serving Central Florida families for over 30 years. Their outstanding photography, quality products, and friendly service is what sets them apart from the rest. At Dean Stewart Photography, they strive to provide individualized attention to everyone they photograph. Give them a call at 321-952-9876 or visit www.dsp-photo.com. Palm Bay Pirates getting ready to kick the extra point here shortly. And again, big play from quarterback Nickel Zades to Byron Thompson as he got behind the Viera Hawks defense and was able to take it 80 yards for the score. And all that momentum that Viera had, going up 28-7, they lose a lot of that because of that big touchdown pass from Zades to Thompson. And right now, Palm Bay's right back in this one.
Palm Bay has to feel good after that, especially about the last couple drives, getting points on the board.
Mark Pickenow will attempt the extra point, and it is good. And the Palm Bay Pirates trail the Viera Hawks 28-14 here at the Kickoff Classic on the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back, Anthony Knockreiner, Blake Mays, Caleb Brown with you here on the Brevard Sports Network as we have the Kickoff Classic between the Viera Hawks and the Palm Bay Pirates. And the Palm Bay Pirates with some electric play as Zades hits Thompson for an 80-yard touchdown. and puts the Palm Bay Pirates right back in this ball game, only down 14 now. And I'll be honest too, Blake. I got a feel for this Palm Bay Pirates defense. They've been on the field a lot so far in this first half, and while it's great you got the 80-yard touchdown, that's obviously you want points on the board, but that's a quick turnaround again for this defense.
And Viera's doing a great job of controlling the football, controlling the clock, and doing what they want to do on offense.
As it looks like Eric Nelson returning kicks, the quarterback for the Viera Hawks, gets it across the 30 to about the 32. We got a penalty flag that flies in from the back, and it looks like it's going to be a block in the back on the Viera Hawks, so that's going to take him back.
Penalty is against the Hawks. Illegal block in the back on the return. That's a Dr. Martinsky penalty.
So the block in the back will take the Viera Hawks all the way back to the 17-yard line.
To the 17-yard line. First and 10 Hawks on their own 17.
Some of the standouts on this defense for defensive coordinator Mitch Brown. You got to look at Billy Brown, and we mentioned him already tonight a few times, but Brennan Jordan is going to be a name you guys want to know, along with Blaze Brown and James White. DeMar Hopkins has made some plays, and Michael Lockhart, the corner for the Palm Bay Pirates, already with some good plays on the back end, covering some of these wide receivers. First down and 10 for the Viera Hawks. Woodruff, the man in motion. Handoff. Goes to Butler. Butler bounces it outside, gets across the 20 to about the 21-yard line, a gain of 4.
And as an offense, you can't complain about 4 yards because you do that 3 times. First down, ball's moving, clock's running.
Now, you'll take 4 yards a pop every time.
And the ball is marked at the 21. That was a 4-yard gain.
You look at the inside of that Palm Bay defensive line, big Brennan Jordan, along with Nate Foreman. Also got Jaden Ramos on the other defensive end outside of Billy Brown. Tim Sedaros and Byron Thompson are your safeties. Single high safety look right now from the Palm Bay defense. Trips to the far sideline for the Hawks. Second down and about 6 to go. From the 21, Nelson rolls to his right. Trying to find an open receiver. He does. That's Woodruff on the far sideline across the 40, using his speed, midfield, cuts across, and now he's got open field in front of him as he's down at the 25. That was Michael Lockhart who made the touchdown-saving tackle.
When you give the quarterback time, the defense has to make a decision whether to go to him or stay into coverage. And they left the receiver open, and that was an easy pass and catch. And he was able to get downfield for a lot of yards.
I want to say it was a 58-yard pass play from Eric Nelson to Jonah Woodruff. Again, it only traveled probably about 8 yards, but Woodruff taking it the rest of the way, making a few Pirate defenders miss, and now gets it deep into Pirate territory as it's first and 10 for the Hawks on the Palm Bay Pirate 22-yard line. 9:47 to go here in the second quarter. Nelson looks to throw again out into the flats. That's Jonah Woodruff again. Lays his shoulder down and is brought down there by James White.
Tackled by Caden Newton and number 44.
Linebacker James White in on the stop there as the clock continues to click underneath 9:30.
Ball's marked out at the Palm Bay 12-yard line.
Ball get to the 12. Second down and 1.
Coco defense picking up a safety, now up 8-0 over Bradford.
Coco's up 8-0 over Bradford so far. And Coco's going to be interesting. They got a lot of new pieces and parts after the last couple of years with names like Javen Boggs and Brady Hart now gone. Handoff goes quickly to Eric Nelson. Keeps it this time.
Eric Nelson on the
Duke Butler
tripped up by number 4.
with the play fake.
Spring Hoskins.
Nelson will get to about the 10. Picks up 2. Again, it really just feels like Eric Nelson just has a command to this offense and a command of the scheme that Coach Tony Gruber wants to run. Because, again, they're kind of running that modern-day triple option from the shotgun. It's not that traditional triple option, but they have those options if they want to.
He absolutely has control of this offense, and right now he is controlling the football game.
Right now, 8:26 to go here in the second quarter, 28-14. The Hawks right now lead, but trying to tack on more. Eric Nelson receives the snap. Play action. Keeps it himself. Rolls to his right to the 10. We got a penalty flag as Nelson goes into the end zone untouched. But we do have a penalty flag back in the backfield.
Touchdown. That was a 10-yard touchdown run by Eric Nelson. There is a flag down on the field.
Just be holding against Vieira.
Holding penalty will knock him back.
One thing the Pirates need to do is to be able to contain the quarterback, Eric Nelson, to the pocket and not letting him run to the outside, because that's where he's doing most of his damage.
Well, that's the trouble, though, is any kind of pressure they do bring, you know, they try to get that pressure, but then they've got a Viera Hawk receiver open on that far sideline. And so it's tough. Like I said, this offense is tough to game plan against, as they provide themselves so many options to a lot of the puzzles that defenses are going to try and throw at them. Be second down and 20. First down marker can still be gained here. Viera has to get to the 1 yard line for a first down, but second down and 20. From, we'll call it the 19.5 yard line. Butler the back in the backfield. Nelson, 3-step drop. Steps up into the pocket. Throws to Butler, his halfback valve, and Butler will get to about the 10 yard line. Actually, they're going to call him down at the 13. So, gain of a couple, but a little dangerous throw there by Eric Nelson. There was some traffic in there. Gain of 7.
There's a flag on the field. Penalty against Vieira.
Another penalty flag, and illegal forward pass. Eric Nelson tested that line and went too far.
And even though he was past line of scrimmage, he does a great job keeping his eyes downfield, looking for the open receiver.
Like I said, there was a lot of traffic there, and you're absolutely right, though. A great job by him keeping his eyes open to any passing options, but unfortunately he was just already too far ahead of the line of scrimmage. 7:49 to go here in the second quarter here at Palm Bay High School as we got the Kickoff Classic here on Brevard Sports Network. Eric Nelson looks for the screen. Gets it out to Gabe Freeman. Freeman at the 15, 10, and he's down at the 6 yard line. Brought down by a Palm Bay defender. Didn't quite catch the number that tackled him. I think that might have been Thompson in on the tackle.
And again, Vieira is having great plays with these screens, getting people into open space, letting them run downfield for big gains.
Right now, Vieira's offense, again, they had, I think it was second down and 9 to go essentially at one point, but then penalties have backed them up. Now it's 4th down, and we'll call it 6 to go.
Looks like Palm Bay will take a timeout.
And while they take a timeout, we will do the same and thank one of our great sponsors here in Brevard Sports Network. I want to say thank you to Chrissy Lindbeck. She is the real estate expert, full-time agent, multi-million-dollar producer, and one of Brevard's top 100 residential real estate agents for 2023. With over 20 years of experience in real estate, finance, and insurance, Chrissy has the knowledge and drive to help you reach your goals. She listens, creates a plan, and delivers results, often turning clients into lifelong friends. For more information, call Chrissy at 321-591-3615 or visit online at www.chrissyknows.com, because as the real estate expert, she does know. Also want to thank our great sponsor, Total Spine and Orthopedics, as they help people get back on their feet faster with less pain. Their minimally invasive treatments mean smaller incisions, quicker recovery, and better results than traditional surgery. Give them a call at 321-499-4646 or visit them on their website, totalspineortho.com. So 4th down brings out the field goal kicker, Dominic Maxwell. Be about a 22-yard field goal for Maxwell, and this kick is up, and it is good. Your score right now, 31-14. The Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates here on the Kickoff Classic on Brevard Sports Network. (31-14), the Viera Hawks lead it, and they kick off as the Palm Bay Pirates scramble to grab the ball. They're able to, and they're going to get back to the 30-yard line, go nowhere, as Dorian Beauchamp had nowhere to go as he was looking for an alleyway. So the Palm Bay Pirates' last drive, one play, 80 yards, Zades to Thompson for an 80-yard touchdown pass gives the Palm Bay Pirates their second touchdown of the evening as we're looking at 6:39 to go here in the second quarter. Palm Bay Pirates offense has been really Jekyll and Hyde so far here tonight. They've had a big kick return that sets them up on the one, and then 3 drives that ended in turnovers. 1 interception that went pick 6, and then another interception that set up a touchdown, and a fumble that set it up the opening touchdown for the Viera Hawks. First down and 10 from the Palm Bay 30. Sedaros, the man in motion. Hand off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp's got some room on this near sideline, but he'll be brought down by Blake Thomas and a host of other Viera Hawks as Beauchamp gains about 4 yards on the carry.
Good cut by the running back, Dorian, to find some space and just get up the field.
Dorian Beauchamp, the lead back for the Pirates, had a great spring as he had a 50-yard touchdown run back in the spring game back in May. Zade's in the shotgun, 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 34-yard line of Palm Bay as that pass is just outside the hands of Aiden Davis. And a name that we haven't mentioned so far, but we need to on this broadcast, is wide receivers coach Trey Nixon, obviously the superstar from the Viera Hawks, the NFLer, played for the Patriots, played in the NFL, played for the UCF Knights. He did something with the Palm Bay Pirates receivers this summer. We'll talk more about that after this play. 3rd down and about 6 for the Palm Bay Pirates. Need to get to the 40 for a first down. Newton and Harris, the receivers, to the near side. Stepping back to throw. Zades is sacked by Brian Veal, and Veal with his 2nd sack of the night. The South Carolina transfer already making his presence known here in the 3-2-1.
That makes it 4th and long. Viera's D-line doing a great job getting pressure on Zades.
Loss of about 12 on the sack for the Palm Bay Pirates. 4th down, and the Palm Bay Pirates will be forced to punt. Bill Thompson will be the punter for the Palm Bay Pirates, Byron Thompson. Snap high, Thompson with a clean, good end-over-end kicks. Going to hit about the 44 of Palm Bay and then kick back up, and the Viera Hawks will fall on it on the 41-yard line of Palm Bay.
Viera Hawks back on offense. Let's see if they continue to control the football, playing their style of offense.
4:53 to play here in the second quarter as the Viera Hawks get ready to go back on offense. And adding a player like Brian Veal, who's coming off the edge, again, a kid from South Carolina, played on a program in South Carolina that went 12-1, saw playing time as a freshman, and is making an immediate impact on this Viera Hawks defense with 2 big sacks tonight. What a big sack on third down by the young sophomore.
Looks like we have a water break on the field.
Got a water break here as we check in some other scores. Melbourne was up 20-0. Obviously, Viera fans and Palm Bay fans are going to keep an eye on that one, as both of these teams will see Melbourne at some point this season. Melbourne's up 28-0 still. 28-0 over Pine Ridge. And Daryl Durand, our good friend over on one of the other broadcasts, he's got the Melbourne game tonight. I think the last time we heard as well, Rockledge up 14-7 over Heritage. It's 20-7. I'm sorry, 20-7 over Heritage. And then Cocoa up 8-0 over Bradford. Again, Cocoa with another daunting schedule. You look at the Palm Bay Pirates; they'll see Melbourne September 19th. That game will be here at Palm Bay. And then the Viera Hawks will see Melbourne towards the end of the season. They'll see them October 24th. Eric Nelson, Duke Butler, and Derek Schmadeke will go back to work for the Viera Hawks offense and head coach Tony Gula. 4:53 to play here in the second quarter. Handoff to Schmadeke, the freshman, powers his way across the 36 to about the 35, and he'll be brought down by a host of Palm Bay Pirates. Gain of about 6 for the freshman running back. Butler and Schmadeke back in the backfield with Nelson. Eric Nelson's going to keep it this time, pitches it outside, and that's Woodruff. Woodruff across the 30, the 25, looking to escape tacklers, and is brought down by Tim Sideros at the 20. And we got a flag on the field once again. 4:04 to go here in the second quarter, 31-14. The Viera Hawks leading the Palm Bay Pirates as Viera is driving right now. Again, that option, that modern shotgun offense is so tough to try and stop. So the Viera Hawks will get backed up. And that sportsmanlike conduct penalty, they've had a couple of those tonight. I'm sure head coach Tony Gula is not going to like that. I don't know what the penalty yardage situation would be, but I mean, we got to be over 100 yards in penalties at least between these two teams so far tonight. So the ball will get backed up all the way to the 36. It'll be first down and 10 from the Viera Hawk 36-yard line. I'm sorry, from the Palm Bay Pirate 36-yard line. Officials whistle. Whatever he was looking for, he's got it now. A.J. Messinger for the linebacker for the Pirates looking to blitz. He does. Nelson, plenty of time to throw. Looking deep for Woodruff. Woodruff makes the catch at the 9. Spins in for a Viera Hawk touchdown.
Great move by Woodruff with the spin, getting into the end zone. And again, Palm Bay struggling to stop this Viera offense. Great pass by quarterback Eric Nelson, finding the open receiver.
Eric Nelson is looking phenomenal tonight. He's done a lot of great things throwing the football. He's made good plays, good decisions when he's running the option. Eric Nelson looks really, really good tonight, and he's got a great cast as well. Jonah Woodruff has played really well tonight. He's made some great plays. Sean Hartman as well. Butler, Schmaneke gave a ton of credit to that offensive line as Maxwell kicks the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 38-14, the Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates as we've got the Kickoff Classic here on the Brevard Sports Network. Viera Hawks with a 36-yard touchdown pass from Eric Nelson to Jonah Woodruff sets up the Viera Hawks with a 38-14 lead. This Viera offense has been giving this Palm Bay defense fits. Eric Nelson has done a very good job along with that offensive line. As Viera Hawks will kick it off to the Palm Bay Pirates, and the Pirates looking to try and get back in this one as well. This ball kicked off, and this will go into the end zone. And Brady Kramer there booted that one into the end zone, so Palm Bay won't be able to return it. And Palm Bay will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. So far tonight, the biggest thing that's helped this Palm Bay offense has been the kick return game. And outside of those first couple of kick returns, Viera's nullified it and pretty much said, you're not going to beat us that way anymore. Caden Newton had an 89-yard kick return that set up the Palm Bay's first scoring drive on Viera Hawk 1, and also had, I believe, a 30-yard return on the opening kickoff return. We'll see a new quarterback now for the Palm Bay Pirates. That looks like Byron Thompson. It is. He'll hand off, and that will be sniffed out quickly. Flag flies in, and that is James Olson, the linebacker for the Hawks, in on the stop along with Brian Veal. Looks like a face mask, and that's on the Viera Hawks. Again, the way the penalties have been racking up for the Viera Hawks, they've got to be nearing 100 yards in penalties tonight.
If you're Palm Bay right now, you just want to put some points on the board, get to halftime, make adjustments.
Absolutely. We'll see Mikkel Zades back in at quarterback. Quick throw. That one out to Sederos. Sederos makes a few guys miss, but is brought up quickly by the Viera Hawks defenders. They'll get to about the 40-yard line, so a nice pickup.
Viera's defense
Gain of about 5.
Viera's defense is playing team ball right now. There had to be at least 8 or 9 guys on that tackle.
Right now, defensively, the Viera Hawks have played well. Brian Veal's getting pressure. James Olson's been making some plays, been able to get some turnovers. But at the same time, too, tonight, they have had some busted coverages. And Zades was able to find Byron Thompson for the last Pirates touchdown. We'll see Sederos, the receiver, on the inside slot. Harris, the receiver, the near sideline. Zades sets up the screen to Dorian Beauchamp, and Beauchamp quite get a hold of that one, and it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Pirate offense. Got a score update for you. The Yogali Commodores right now down 8-6 to Plantation. Yogali Commodores, a team with essentially a lot of high hopes after what a great finish they had last year. Brought in a lot of really good and talented football players. A lot of talk around the county. Are they the second best team, or are they even with the Cocoa Tigers? 2:52 to go here before halftime. Quick throw out to Thompson, and Thompson's knocked out of bounds quickly by Viera Hawk defenders. Zays with back-to-back completions. It'll be a first down for the Palm Bay Pirates offense at the Pirate 49. Gain of 14. Check that, a gain of 9. Quickly to the line, the Palm Bay Pirates offense. Zays hands off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp bounces it outside and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up second down and 10 for the Pirate offense with 2:37 to go here before halftime.
About 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the half. Palm Bay on their own on the 50-yard line. Maybe get one
Nate
more play
Foreman, the
before
tight
the
end
warning.
for the Pirates. Harris and Sedaros, the receivers, to the near side. Beauchamp at the back in the backfield with Zayd. Zayd quickly throws. That one for Lamarian Harris, and that one dropped as Harris had to go up and get that one. Couldn't quite corral it. It'll bring up an incompletion. It'll bring up third down and 9 for the Pirates offense.
Palm Bay struggling to catch the ball tonight.
1:54 to play here before halftime.
Score now 43-0. Or sorry, 42. Sorry.
Melbourne score 42-0 over Pine Ridge. Head coach Jeff Panucci, his debut tonight. Just like Coach Kevin May's debut for the Palm Bay Pirates. Zays looking deep, looking for Kate Newton. And Newton makes the catch, 20-15, 10-5. Touchdown, Palm Bay Pirates!
Another long pass for the Palm Bay Pirates. With a minute 42 to go in the half.
And we talked about it earlier, Blake. Vieira's defense has been good at times tonight, but broken coverages, and that has allowed Palm Bay to get some big chunk plays. And once again, another big touchdown pass is Mark Pickenow, trying to attempt the extra point. That one's going to be mishandled, and unfortunately no attempt at all. And Palm Bay will not be able to get that extra point. 38-20, the Hawks lead the Pirates. 1:42 to go before halftime. We'll send it back to the studios. You are watching the Brevard Sports Network. Welcome back to Palm Bay Stadium as the Hawks lead the Pirates 38-20. We've got the Kickoff Classic here on the Brevard Sports Network. Mark Piccino will squib kick this one again. A little bit of a hot potato there as it was handled by Butler. Butler now picks up more yardage. He's free. Cross midfield. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Viera Hawks. Let's see if there's a penalty on the field.
Nope.
I haven't seen one yet, but I'm not sure. All right. So we've got it, and we got a touchdown for the Viera Hawks. What a return by Duke Butler, picking up around his own 30, about a 71, 72-yard kick return for a touchdown for Duke Butler and the Hawks.
Viera lined up for the extra point.
Dominic
And
Maxwell getting his money's worth tonight with his leg, as he's been on the extra point tries quite a bit tonight.
Maxwell will attempt the extra point.
Viera Hawks tonight, some big plays. 72-yard kick return, the latest by Duke Butler. Duke Butler's second touchdown of the night as he had a 25-yard touchdown run back in the first quarter. Dominic Maxwell's extra point is up, and it is good. 45-20. The Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates. When we come back, we might still have two more scores in this one before halftime. You're watching the Brevard Sports Network.
Hello, Space Coast. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your support of BSN and allowing us to cover your student athletes and come into your home each and every night. Give us a follow on Facebook at Brevard Sports Network, and here's to many more years of top-notch sports coverage right here in Brevard County. Thanks again.
Welcome back to Palm Bay High Stadium as the Palm Bay Pirates host the Viera Hawks here in the Kickoff Classic on the Brevard Sports Network. Brady Kramer kicking this one off and dropped by the Palm Bay Pirate return man. That's Newton once again up the sideline. Caden Newton has made magic happen tonight from the kick return team, and he gives the Palm Bay Pirates offense some great field position at the 35-yard line. Again, Caden Newton has been electrifying in the kick return game tonight.
2 returns to about the 45 and 1 all the way down to the 1-yard line. A bright spot for Palm Bay tonight is their kick return team.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got a dangerous kick return team. And, again, 45-20, but with the way we've seen the Palm Bay Pirates really kind of challenge this Viera Hawks defense, especially on its back end with deep passes. 80-yard touchdown pass earlier in the game, a 50-yard touchdown pass just a few moments ago. Palm Bay right now challenging this defense vertically.
And if Palm Bay limits the turnovers, this could be an 11-point game potentially.
Yeah, you had 3 turnovers in the first quarter alone, a pick 6 in that as well. So you gave Viera 7 points, and they didn't have to get on offense.
And it looks like Palm Bay will take their final timeout with 1:16 to go in the half.
And while they do that, we will do the same and thank our proud sponsors here at the Brevard Sports Network. I want to say thank you to Dean Stewart Photography, who's been serving Central Florida families for over 30 years. Their outstanding photography, quality products, and friendly service is what sets them apart from the rest. At DSP, they strive to provide individualized attention to everyone they photograph. Give them a call at 321-952-9876 or visit www.dsp-photo.com. Anthony Knock-Reiner, Blake Mays, Caleb Brown here on the Brevard Sports Network. We got a score update, Bayside versus St. Edwards. Right now, St. Edwards up on Bayside 7-0. 1:16 to go here before halftime. Zaid's in the shotgun, quickly throws. That's Newton once again, and Newton on the far sideline. He'll pick up 10 yards. He'll get to the Palm Bay Pirate 45.
That was Byron Thompson.
Oh, that was Byron Thompson, okay.
Palm Bay with a screen of their own for some good yards, and he gets out of bounds, stop the clock, 1:11 to go in the half.
Also sets up a whole new set of downs. And Blake, too, Zaid's, if it's not been going deep, it's been quickly 1, 2, 3 out of his hands to a quick receiver. 1:11 to go here before halftime. Zaid's drops back 3-step. Looking to throw. That one's going to be short. And a miscommunication there between Tim Sederos and Mikkel Zaid's.
And Zaid's had a lot of pressure in his face. I think he just thought to get the ball out, but can't just throw the ball downfield. That's just, I mean, it's asking for an interception.
Well, it kind of looked like Zaid's might have been expecting Sederos to run a corner route versus the post route that Sederos ended up as he was in the middle of the field. But sets up 2nd down and 10 for the Pirate offense. Pirates need to get to the Vieira 45 for a 1st down. Only have 1:05 to go as Vieira deferred the opening kickoff. They will get the ball to start the second half. Zaid's quickly throws out to Thompson again across midfield, and he will just toe tap the sideline as he'll get out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Another Palm Bay Pirates
Another
first down, gain of 12.
Another quick catch and throw for Zaid's to Thompson right there.
And importantly enough, they get out of bounds as well. So 1 minute now left at halftime. Zaid's going deep, looking for Thompson. He almost makes the one-handed grab.
And then we have an interception,
it's an
on the
interception.
play.
We have an interception here. That's impressive. I didn't think he had that. I'll try to grab the number. 13 or 19? That's 19. That's Daniel Jolly, the corner for the Viera Hawks.
Got a down Pirate on the far sideline.
Palm Bay Pirates attending to their injured player. Right now your score 45-20. Hope he's okay. Get you some quick score updates from around the county. Byron Thompson was the down Pirate. He gets up on under his own power and is walking to the sideline, which is great to see. Don't want to see anybody get hurt in his kickoff classics. Want to see everybody healthy. Want to see him get their full seasons in, so hopefully he'll be all right. But again, an impressive play by Daniel Jolly, the defensive back. As Byron Thompson, it looked like he had one-hand grab on it, and it was going to make the catch. I give Jolly all the credit because he toe-tapped inside the sideline to get that interception.
We do have a game that's gone final. That's an 8-man, Merritt Island Christian, 39-17. They get a win, start the season off right. Eric Nelson will hand off to Derek Schmadeke. Schmadeke, the freshman running back, powers his way, continues to churn the legs, and will get down to the 19-yard line, brought down by a host of Palm Bay Pirates. Gain of about 6 for the freshman running back as the clock continues. I think we've got to run maybe one more play. 13-7, the Cocoa Tigers over Bradford. That one's in the third quarter. Yeah, as I say, no, so Vieira does not have to run another play. This should take us to halftime. Yep, it will. So that'll be your halftime score. The Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates 45-20 in Coach Kevin May's home debut as he's back in Brevard County leading his alma mater. 45-20 your score. The first half isn't concluded. We'll go ahead and send it back to the studio. When we come back, we'll have second half action as the Hawks lead the Pirates. Welcome back to Palm Bay High Stadium as the Viera Hawks currently lead 45-20 over the Palm Bay Pirates. Kind of recapping the scoring so far, and we've had a lot of it, so we'll give you some of the big highlights. But things did not start off well for the Palm Bay Pirates. 3 out of their first 4 drives, they had turnovers, pick 6 by James Olson. You had a Duke Butler 25-yard touchdown, Derek Schmadeke 7-yard touchdown run to get things started. And then you had another Schmadeke touchdown run in the second quarter. And then for the Palm Bay Pirates, Myron Harris had a 2-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. Zaydes to Thompson for an 80-yard touchdown pass in the early part of the second quarter made 28-14. But then a field goal by Dominic Maxwell, 22 yards out, was good, 31-14. The Viera Hawks were leading at that point. And then we got a bunch of big plays. 36-yard touchdown pass from Nelson to Woodruff. A 50-yard touchdown pass from Zaydes to Newton for Palm Bay. Got to 38-20. And then a 72-yard kick return for a touchdown by Duke Butler. Put things up where it is now. And so the Viera Hawks have done it in a variety of ways. Defense has scored. Offense has scored. Special teams has also held up as well. Palm Bay Pirates receive the opening kickoff. And now we will see them kick off the Viera Hawks as they get the ball here, start the second. Eric Nelson returning the ball for the Viera Hawks, and he'll be brought down by Billy Brown. And the Viera Hawks will get the ball at about the 38-yard line. Blake, your first half thoughts?
Viera's doing a great job dominating both sides of the ball, and their special teams has points on the board. Their O-line's doing a great job making holes for the running game. Quarterback Eric Nelson making great decisions on offense. Palm Bay, they have some explosive plays, but they need to limit turnovers and be able to get drives going.
Yeah, turnovers have hurt them tonight. They've got, I believe it's 4 turnovers this evening, a couple of interceptions. I believe it's 3 interceptions, 1 fumble here tonight for the Palm Bay Pirates offense. Zaydes, again, young, promising quarterback. He's had a tough night, but also had some real nice flashes. Unfortunately, the Palm Bay Pirates will not have the services of Byron Thompson, as he will be out for the remainder of the game, as he went down late in the second quarter with an injury. Was able to get up on his own power to the sideline, but will not return. First down and 10 from the Viera Hawk 38. Quick throw out to Woodruff on the screen. Woodruff gets a block and will be tackled at the 40. Good job being sniffed out by the linebacker, James White.
Great job by Palm Bay's defense, limiting the space where Woodruff can run, and a great tackle by the linebacker.
Like I said, the Palm Bay defense, if they keep things in front of them, they have done a nice job for the most part limiting gains, but it's been when Vieira's been able to create space in the open field where Palm Bay has had trouble. 10:37 to go here in the third quarter. Eric Nelson keeps it, pitches it outside to Woodruff. Woodruff with nothing but green grass in front of him, gets a block, makes a man miss, and he'll get down at the Palm Bay Pirate 46-yard line. Nice gain by Jonah Woodruff. Again, that shotgun triple option.
Palm Bay's defense has to understand that you need a person for the quarterback and the pitch man. You had 2 people for the quarterback on that play, and that's why it was an easy pitch and run for Woodruff.
Palm Bay Pirates currently have a player down. And while they take a look at him, we want to say thank you to our proud sponsors. I want to say thank you to Chrissy Lindbeck, the real estate expert. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Chrissy Lindbeck is the real estate expert, full-time agent, multi-million-dollar producer, and one of Brevard's top 100 residential real estate agents for 2023. With over 20 years of experience in real estate finance and insurance, Chrissy has the knowledge and drive to help you reach your goals. She listens, creates a plan, and delivers results, often turning clients into lifelong friends. For more information, call Chrissy at 321-591-3615 or visit online at www.chrissyknows.com. Because as the real estate expert, she does know. Give you guys some scores from around the rest of the county right now. 34-14, the Rockledge Raiders over the Heritage Panthers. Melbourne was up, I believe it was 42-0 over Pine Ridge. Last score we saw from Cocoa and Bradford was 13-7. That game in the third quarter. And also did have a final tonight. Merritt Island Christian and 8-man had a 39-17 win against their opponent tonight as well. So they start the season in 8-man 1-0.
That game called at halftime due to lightning.
And that game was called at halftime due to lightning. Luckily tonight, and fortunately tonight, we have not had any inclement weather, which is good. We'll try and hopefully get those same good vibes going into week 1 and week 2 as the rainy season is upon us. Also, last score update we had between O'Galley and Plantation was 8-6 with Plantation on top. We'll return to action. The Viera Hawks first down and 10. 10:15 to go here in the third quarter. Nelson hands off to Butler. Butler coming to the outside. He'll gain a hard 5 yards as he's brought down by Jaden Ramos, the defensive end for the Pirates. Pick up about 6 as he gets it to the 40.
Viera's O-line is just, they're dominating the trenches. I'm seeing Palm Bay linemen 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, so far tonight it's been tough sledding. And again, when you've got a good veteran offensive line that's played together, at least a full season going into the next year, you got to feel good as an offense because you've got guys that know the system, they know each other, and they feed off of each other. And right now this offensive line's done a heck of a job tonight. Nelson, play action, looking to throw. He's got a man wide open on that far sideline. Puts on the Jets, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Didn't catch the number.
I think it's 23.
I think you're right. The Jake Bubar, the receiver with that one. Nice gain. Picks up about 24 yards for the Viera Hawks. The first down and 10 for Viera on the Palm Bay. They're going to back it up to the 18-yard line. Woodruff, the far outside receiver. Butler in the backfield. Butler gets the handoff on the dive, going right up the gut. Good push from the offensive line as they'll take it to about the 14-yard line of Palm Bay. Gain of 4. 8:40 to go here in the second quarter. Viera Hawks leading 45-20, trying to extend that lead right now. The debut for Coach Kevin Mays as the head man here at Palm Bay at his alma mater. Again, we all know the story of Coach Kevin Mays. A lot of success at Viera, a lot of success at Baker County. Obviously, one of the games that I remember calling with Allen was that playoff game against Lakeland during their magical run in 2015 on the way to the state championship game. Fortunately, they fell short against St. Thomas Aquinas. Nelson throws, caught by Gabe Freeman, and Gabe Freeman's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great throw by Eric Nelson, finding the open receiver in the hole, and he just takes off and runs. Viera's offense not stopping, pushing the gas.
So Dominic Maxwell will attempt the extra point. Snap good, hold is good, the kick is on the way, and it is good. 52-20, the Viera Hawks lead the Palm Bay Pirates. You're watching the Kickoff Classic on the Brevard Sports Network. The Viera Hawks are in firm control of this one here on a muggy night here in Melbourne, Florida at Palm Bay High Stadium as the Hawks just extended their lead 52-20 after a 14-yard touchdown pass from Eric Nelson to Gabe Freeman, as the Viera Hawks offense has just been explosive, been, outside of the penalties that's really hurt them tonight, they still have been very, very good offensively. And so executing right now for Coach Tony Gula, as Brady Kramer will squib kick this one or pooch kick this one. Lockhart loses it for a second, regains it, trying to change direction, and is brought down by a host of Viera Hawks. And the Palm Bay offense will get things started at the 25-yard line. .7:51 to go here in the third quarter. Palm Bay Pirates scoring drives tonight. Go back to the first quarter. It was Lamarian Harris' 2-yard touchdown run that was set up on 89-yard kick return by Cade Newton. And then you go back into the second quarter. Zades to Thompson on an 80-yard touchdown pass in the early portion of the second quarter. And then a 50-yard touchdown pass from Zades to Newton as well. That was a five-play drive for a 50-yard touchdown. Again, the big plays have been there for the Palm Bay Pirates offense tonight. Brian Veal, the defensive end for the Hawks, has gotten 2 sacks tonight as well. So when Zades has time and they can get these receivers deep down the field, he's been able to find them.
I think we have a chain problem with the chain gang.
We do, as the officials and the Chan gang are looking things over. Speaking of those wide receivers for the Palm Bay Pirates, wide receivers coach Trey Nixon took the Palm Bay receivers over to UCF, and they got to catch passes with NFL quarterback Dylan Gabriel, the guy over there battling for the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback job. And I can only imagine what that kind of experience was like for these high school kids, catching passes from an NFL quarterback. Zade's hand off to Dorian Beauchamp, and Beauchamp will gain a couple as he'll get to about the 28. But again, too, imagine being a wide receiver for the Palm Bay Pirates and getting to have a coach like Trey Nixon, a guy that had success in this county for these Viera Hawks. Obviously, the Hawks retired his number. Getting drafted in the 7th round by the New England Patriots, getting a chance to work inside that organization, being in the NFL. What an awesome experience, and for these young guys, what an awesome experience for them to learn from a guy like Trey Nixon, who's competed at the highest levels. Zades hand off to Beauchamp once again, right up the gut. A host of Viera Hawk defenders there. Be a gain of 3 once again as he takes it to about the 32. Gain of 4. And Trey Nixon is also a wide receivers. He's got wide receiver training for all wide receivers and all kids in Brevard County. Definitely want to go check that out. Go hit the socials. Be third down and short for the Palm Bay Pirates. Quick pass out to Dorian Beauchamp, and unfortunately just can't quite come up with it. And it'll fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down as we got 6:32 to go here in the third quarter. The Hawks up 52-20.
Looks like Palm Bay offense is going to stay on the field. Go for it.
I was going to say, give your offense as many opportunities and chances here to try and execute. And we'll see what young quarterback Mikkel Zades has in his pocket here, as the Pirates just need to get to the 35 for a first down.
They tried for a hard count. Doesn't work.
Newton and Harris, the receivers to the near side. And we're going to have a timeout taken by head coach Kevin Mays. This timeout brought to you by our good friends over at Total Spine and Orthopedics. Whether it's spinal injections, radio frequency ablation, or advanced minimally invasive spine surgery, their specialists use cutting-edge technology to find and fix the exact cause of your pain. Don't wait. Call 321-499-4646 or visit TotalSpineOrtho.com today. Total Spine and Orthopedics, helping you live pain-free. Anthony Knockreiner, Blake Mays, as well as Caleb Brown here on the Brevard Sports Network, bringing you the Kickoff Classic as we get ready for Week 1 action that gets underway next week. Games will start counting, and we've got quite the slate for you next week in Week 1 action here on the Brevard Sports Network as the Pirates will punt it away. Byron Thompson's usually their punter, but we will see
DeMar.
DeMar Hopkins punt this one for the Pirates. A decent punt. Takes a Pirate bounce all the way to the 30, and that's where the Viera Hawks will get started. You know, when you look at this Palm Bay Pirates team, a team that struggled mightily on offense last year, managed 4 touchdowns, you know, just a tough way for them, tough break for them last season. Bring in Coach Mays, and Coach Mays got really off on a strong foot, got the community involved, has really reinvigorated this Palm Bay High community, Palm Bay High alumni as well. And ultimately, I don't, because we've seen Coach Mays' success. He's had success at Viera, he's had success at Baker County. I think the real question is not when Palm Bay starts to really get good, or sorry, not if Palm Bay gets really good, it's when they get really good and how long that might take, because I don't think the Palm Bay Pirates will be down for very long with head coach Kevin Mays at the helm. And this will be a big one for Pirates and Viera Hawks fans alike. The Melbourne Bulldogs, 49-0 over Pine Ridge. Would love to see the stats on that one as the Melbourne offense putting up 49 points in head coach Jeff Panucci's debut.
Game up in McClarty Stadium, 34-26. Heritage closing that gap.
34-26 with Rockledge leading Heritage. That game was 34-14, so the Heritage Panthers making a comeback. We'll see if they can finish it off, but a lot of points being scored tonight across Brevard County. Low-scoring game as I checked last checked with Cocoa and Bradford. Still 13-7 there in that one. And that game now in the fourth quarter, and that one also here on Brevard Sports Network is the Viera Hawks get started. First down and 10 from their own 30. The handoff there by Brian Veal lowers the shoulder, and safety Tim Sederos there to meet him. Makes the stop, but definitely paid for it as well. Brian Veal getting a handoff here for the Viera Hawks again. Talked to the coaching staff before the game. They said he'd get a couple carries tonight. And again, Brian Veal, a transfer from South Carolina, played for a 12-1 program up there last season as a freshman. Veal was stopped at the 40, so that'll be a first down and 10 for the Viera Hawks after a 10-yard run.
Also, tomorrow I'll be at Satellite Beach as they start their season against West Volusia in Pop Warner.
And we've got Pop Warner football on tomorrow here in Brevard Sports Network. Caleb Brown and company, they'll be over at the South Beach Little League or Satellite Little League as they take on West Volusia as the Little League season gets underway. And I got to tell Caleb that I honestly give him a ton of respect to be out there all day in that heat, broadcasting, bringing Little League football around Brevard County. And I feel for parents too, because it's hot, especially these first weekends of August.
First kickoff is 7U at 8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning. That's early, but yeah, check it out tomorrow, Brevard Sports Network. Little League football action tomorrow. Caleb Brown and company leading the charge, and they'll be doing that all season long across Brevard County. First down and 10 now for the Viera Hawks offense. Got a new quarterback into the ball game now. as he'll come to the near sideline. That's Duke Butler. Duke Butler now the backup quarterback as he was playing running back the first half. Picks up about 5 yards. We'll call it 4 yards as they move it back to the 49.
Viera with the new quarterback, same game plan. Control the clock, run the ball, and take what Palm Bay has given them.
Well, Eric Nelson's night, I mean, it only says 2 touchdown passes, but really a great night tonight from him and the way he was able to distribute the football and with his decision-making when pitching the football as well. So Eric Nelson with a great night tonight. Duke Butler hands it off. Handoff goes to Jake Bubar, the sophomore.
Tackle made by Billy Brown, number 16.
Billy Brown making his presence known. Again, he's a physical pass rusher, had 30 tackles last year for this Palm Bay Pirates defense. Again, a leader and a guy the Pirates are going to count on defensively this season. Third down and about 4 for the Viera Hawks offense. Ball needs to get to the Pirate 45 for a first down. Butler, low snap, now rolls to his right, going to keep it. Now backpedals, trying to go to the other side of the field, being chased down by a couple of Palm Bay Pirates. Butler now is going to take off and run for it, and he'll be tackled well short, but turns the legs. He's not done, and he'll get the first down and more as he's stopped at the 42-yard line. He probably ran about 25 yards to gain 6.
I would
He did.
I would say more than 25 yards for that. He ran from this sideline all the way to the other side, breaks the
Ran
tackle,
backwards.
turns the legs, gets a first down.
Sideline to sideline, that's about, what,
53 yards.
53 and a half, actually.
Yeah, so yeah.
Never forget the half
Yep.
yard.
4:37 to go here in the third quarter. And Jamar Hopkins gets up under his own power. See if he comes back into the ball game. But the Viera Hawks pick up a big first down and continue this drive as we get on the 5th play of this drive as we got 4:37 to go here in the third. You know, talking about quarterback Eric Nelson, you know, one of the things that really kind of impressed me and got me on his radar, or got him on my radar, I should say, is the fact that he went to so many camps this summer. He went to a camp all the way out in Montana, and I lived out in Montana, called games there for 5 years. He went out to the campus of Montana Tech. I knew the head coach there, Kyle Sampson, and did a lot of great work out there. So really cool to see, you know, and I'll tell you what, you know, NAIA football, fantastic level of football. They do got scholarships and things like that. So really cool how that kind of worked out, seeing a kid from Viera all the way out west in Butte, Montana, or as they like to call it out there, Butte, America. And, you know, he also traveled to the Northeast. I know Sean Hartman and Eric Nelson share a couple of offers from a couple of schools from the northeastern part of the country. But what an experience to go travel other places and go see other parts of this wonderful country that we have. And, you know, like I said, in my time, Montana, nothing but gorgeous views with all the mountains out there. 4:36 to go here in the third quarter, 52-20. Viera Hawks leading it here with a first down and 10 coming up. Duke Butler and Derek Schmadeke have done a nice job running the football tonight. Duke Butler being the backup quarterback. Actually got a new quarterback now, as we will see Bubar get the handoff and he'll be dropped. Billy Brown on the stop there. I think that might be Sean Hartman in at quarterback. Yeah, it looks like him. Sean Hartman right now the quarterback for the Viera Hawks. Obviously a transfer from Merritt Island from last season. Second down and 10. Keeper this time for Sean Hartman. Hartman trying to get a block, doesn't get it. Gets to the sideline, and it'll be Caden Fonte who makes the stop, but Sean Hartman with a nice run there. Gain of a couple, but Fonte there to make the stop.
Number 3, Sean Hartman Jr. on the field. The ball's marked at the 40-yard line. Third down and 8.
Third down and 8 for the Viera Hawks. Ball spotted that near side hash mark. Clock ticks away at 3:25 to go here in the third. Sean Hartman in the backfield, split back. Bubar will take the carry, goes up the gut. He tries to spin around, and he'll be stopped by a couple of Palm Bay defenders. Tim Sideros, the safety, in on the stop to make it. Be stopped at the 36, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Viera Hawks. We'll see what they decide to do here.
Vieira just controlling the clock right now, letting it tick away.
Fourth down and 4 at the Palm Bay 36.
I think we're going to see the punting unit here and an opportunity to talk about long snapper Blake Thomas, a 5-star U.S. Army All-American. And being a long snapper, that is not an easy job. And to be a 5-star long snapper, that is quite impressive. Again, you know, the keys to learning to be a very, very good long snapper is the timing of it and to get your snaps there quickly. Actually, Vieira is looking to line up for a long field goal. So right now,
I think the Vieira coaches are telling the players if short kick, they can return it. So telling the players, if it's short, you might have to cover.
oh yeah, don't want to have a repeat of Auburn and Alabama. Yep. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. So the ball spotted the 36.
53-yard field goal.
53-yard field goal. And Brady Kramer, the sophomore, going to attempt a 53-yard field goal. Blake Thomas, the 5-star long snapper, pulling him in the hold. The kick is on the way, and it is no good. I thought for a second that was good. It looked like it might have just cleared the crossbar, but no good. But if that was 51, he might have had it.
Well, when I tell you the work that the legs will get done on this season and into the offseason, I promise you come next season, he's drilling that.
Oh, yeah. The fact that they even have the confidence to attempt a 53-yard field goal, that is impressive. Again, that kid, just a couple more yards and he probably hits it. So the Palm Bay Pirates will take over at their own 36-yard line with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Because it reaches the end zone, it then counts as a touchback.
All right. So I thought Palm Bay was going to take the ball over after the missed field goal, but they're going to move it back to the 20. And so Palm Bay will get the ball on their own 20-yard line. Starting to see some of the younger players in now for the Viera Hawks on defense. A lot of the starters game done tonight. Zades will hand off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp tries to get to the outside. Brian Veal, though, in on the stop. Flag comes in late. See who the flag's on.
The ball carrier. He's hit at the 15-yard line.
That's also been a problem for Palm Bay tonight. They just haven't been able to get the running game going this evening, so they've had to be kind of one-dimensional.
Face mask against the Hawks.
So Brian Veal, while he did make the tackle, it was a face mask, and that'll move the ball to the 35.
Vision Landscaping in first round.
First and 10 for Palm Bay. Two receivers on each side.
First down and 10. The snap's mishandled. And did Zades get on top of it? He does. Able to save it. And it'll go all the way back to the 20. So unfortunately, that penalty yardage they just gained, they lost on that mishandled snap. And so Palm Bay will face second down and long now with 1:42 to go here in the third quarter. Zades looking to throw, a little screen, and that one falls incomplete. That one intended for Blaze Brown. And earlier back in the first quarter, Zades threw that pass. It's picked off by James Olson for a pick six. So might have had something there if they could have completed it, but again, just been a tough night for this Palm Bay Pirates offense as they face third down and a mile. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Yeah, just talking about Coach Mays a little bit and just the things that you think about. And, you know, I go back to those Viera days, the success he had there, and really getting Viera on the map as that pass is incomplete, almost intercepted. Tim Sedaros does a good job breaking it up. And so Palm Bay will be forced to punt. But I remember the battles that Melbourne and Viera used to have with Coach Mays over there. And, you know, playing Harmony, playing Lakeland. Trying to remember who they played to get to the state championship game up in northern part of
Lake City, Columbia.
Lake City, that's right, Lake City, Columbia, who they played. And that was an electrifying game. So great to have Coach Mays back here in Brevard County, back here in the 3-2-1. I think he's going to do great things, but there are growing pains that come with it. And I think this team, Palm Bay, they showed a lot of fight tonight. They've got some problems. They got to cut down on some mistakes. As Hopkins punts this one away, not going to get a lot of distance on this one. Hopefully takes a Pirate bounce, but it won't. And the Pirates will down it inside the 35 at the 34-yard line for the Viera Hawks.
As seen from the last drive, Viera with the punt already in field goal range.
You know, Blake, obviously you being the coach's son, you know, you've been around practice. What's been some of the messagings that you've seen from Coach Mays to give to these guys as they get ready for the season?
Just they have to keep fighting no matter how the season goes. Just, you know, keeping their head up, going on to the next play no matter what happens.
Again, Palm Bay Pirates, I think, with some really, really fun players to watch. Obviously, Byron Thompson being one of them. Hopefully, he'll be ready. Hopefully, he'll be okay to go next week. Obviously, another one, Blaze Brown as well. Aiden Davis, Caden Newton as well. Caden Newton made a lot of plays tonight for the Palm Bay Pirates. Some big plays, big returns. So Palm Bay's got some really talented football players. You know, Michael Lockhart, you look out there, number 23 for the Pirates. Good young player. Has done some nice things in coverage here tonight for the Pirates. Hartman still in at quarterback as he hands off to Bubar right up the gut. Bubar brought down at about the 31-yard line of Palm Bay, a gain of 3.
Tackle made by Blaze Brown on that one.
Yeah, James White, Blaze Brown, talented linebacking core for the Palm Bay Pirates.
I think that'll be the end of the quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. The Palm Bay Pirates trailing the Viera Hawks 52-20 here for the Kickoff Classic on the Brevard Sports Network. We start the fourth quarter with the Viera Hawks in a commanding lead, 52-20 over the Palm Bay Pirates here at Palm Bay High Stadium for the Kickoff Classic. Sean Hartman can't quite handle the snap, turns it upfield, gains a couple of yards to the 29, a gain of 1 as a good stop by the Pirate defense. Billy Brown once again getting his name in the mix. Again, a physical defensive end that, again, he's going to be counted on for this Pirates defense to get pressure as they get ready for the season. We'll talk about the upcoming schedules for both the Hawks and the Pirates here as the fourth quarter continues. Bubar the back in the backfield with Sean Hartman. Viera Hawks keeping an eye on that play clock as Hartman will hand it off to Bubar once again. Bubar will be brought down by Hopkins. Bubar gets to about the 26-yard line. Clock continues to run, and the Viera Hawks continue to milk it. A fourth down. So 4th down and 2 for the Viera Hawks. We'll see the field goal unit once again.
A 43-yard field goal.
What would you say?
43-yard field goal.
43-yard field goal for Kramer. He missed a 53-yarder going the other way. Snap is good. Hold is good. And this kick is short. That one's short. I don't think he quite got that one the way he wanted to.
Dominic Maxwell's kick, no good. Very close on the 43-yard field goal attempt. Pirates take over on the 20-yard line.
But why not? This is the Kickoff Classic. This one doesn't count against you in the form of a stat. Let's test the leg. Let's see how accurate from how far you can be.
Yeah, I was going to say, the one he tried from 53 yards, he would have had for 43, but I don't think he hit that. It didn't look like he hit that the way he wanted to when that left his foot, because that didn't look like it had nearly as much zip on it as the one that he attempted for 53 yards. Pirates offense will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. Zades will hand off to Beauchamp. Beauchamp with some good running across the 25, across the 26 to about the 28-yard line. Good gain of 8 yards.
Dorian Beauchamp on the carry. He gets it out across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
Under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Viera Hawks leading the Pirates 52-20. Aiden Davis, the receiver, here to the near sideline. Harris, the receiver in the slot. Handoff once again. And this one's going to Blaze Brown as he'll get the first down and more. He'll be stopped at the 34-yard line as he goes right up the gut.
I'm glad to see Palm Bay, not quitting, trying to sustain drives, still working plays and just trying to move the ball.
Well, right now, Palm Bay, having success running the football, just continuing to go with the dive right now, and you kind of want to see that success as this offense continues to build as the season goes. A little bit of mishandled snap there, but Beauchamp will get the handoff, and he'll get to the 35, gain of 1. Again, some good things to build on for the Pirates. Look at Byron Thompson, Caden Newton as well. Those two guys definitely playmakers tonight. Zades had some nice throws tonight, so promising quarterback he'll keep it this time. Tries to make a man miss, gets a block, turns it back inside, still on his feet. And at the 45, still on his feet after a couple of Viera Hawk defenders knock him, and he will get the first down and more as he'll get to the 47 of Palm Bay.
Zades with his first pull of the night, and it was a good one. First down, Palm Bay.
Again, good sustained drive so far. We're looking at the 5th play of this drive right now. 2 first downs on this drive as well. 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Again, a couple scores to give you on a final. Melbourne won 49-0 over Pine Ridge. Cocoa right now leading Brantford 16-7. That game deep into the 4th quarter. First down and 10 from the Pirate 47. Snap is mishandled. Zades corrals it, but not before he's brought down by a host of Viera Hawk defenders. That'd be Ethan Stevenson, a freshman for the Viera Hawks, in on the stop. Clock continues to roll down as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Knock him back to the 40, be second down and 18. Zade's shotgun snap, hands off to Blaze Brown. Brown makes a man miss, gets in and bounces to the outside. He has an alleyway, and he tries to get the spin move, but falls. Almost had it, but a nice run by Blaze Brown as he'll get it back to the 46.
It's going to make it 3rd and long for the Pirates.
Second down and 12 here. We'll see if this young defense for the Viera Hawks can get off the field. Zades wants to throw, can't get to his first option. Trying to throw again, now eluding pressure, and he's not going to be able to as he's brought down once again by the Viera Hawks. Let me see if I can get the number on that. Caden Garter in on the stop. So that'll back up the Palm Bay Pirates even more, and we'll see what Coach Kevin Mays wants to do here. Whether he wants to punt it away or attempt this 4th and a mile. Under 6 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Hawks up 52-20 over the Palm Bay Pirates.
Looks like Palm Bay's going for it.
So Palm Bay is going to go for it here. Again, the ball needs to get to the Viera Hawk 43 for a first down. Zades drop back, looking for the middle screen. Got a flag, and this one's almost intercepted. And we'll see about the penalty marker.
Zades' pass is incomplete. The Hawks take over.
It's going to be a false start on the Palm Bay Pirates offense. That penalty is declined. And, well, wait a minute. I think both defenses are on the field right now for Palm Bay and Vieira. Yeah, both defenses are on the field right now.
I don't think anybody knows, but it's 4th down, Palm Bay ball.
Yeah, somebody's taking a timeout here pretty soon. And Coach Kevin Mays will do so. As we got 5:24 on the 4th quarter clock as the Viera Hawks currently lead the Pirates 52-20. I really wanted to see who was going to snap the ball.
Let's play a little throw 'em up, bust 'em up.
There you go.
A Palm Bay player can advance it to get the first down. The offense comes back on.
Exactly. Right now, the Palm Bay Pirates and Viera Hawks doing battle here on the Kickoff Classic. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our proud sponsors at Dean Stewart Photography. They've been serving Central Florida families for over 30 years. Their outstanding photography, quality products, and friendly service is what sets them apart from the rest. At DSP, they strive to provide individualized attention to everyone they photograph. For more information, Call 321-952-9876 or visit www.dsp-photo.com.
Palm Bay offense on the field for another 4th and long.
4th and a busload here with 5:24 to play. Zade's been under duress a little bit tonight. More pressure coming, throws it up, and it's caught by a Palm Bay Pirate. Not enough for a first down, but Zadero's there on the catch for the Pirates. And the Palm Bay Pirates will turn it over on downs, and the Viera Hawks will take over first down and 10. But again, not quite a conversion, but it's still a nice play for the Pirates offense.
How does Sideros come up with that football in a campfire of Viera Hawks?
Tough to answer, but again, great job by him getting the ball, and Zade's putting it up. He's done that a couple times tonight.
Referee.
So the Cocoa Tigers with a 16-7 win over Bradford. And that's a big win there. Again, kind of curious to get the report from Jackson here tonight. And I know we'll have a post-game show tonight on Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughter-Zinski, the whole gang will be there as we recap kickoff classic games across Brevard County. So when this game is finished, don't go anywhere, folks. We got post-game high school football action to talk about once we wrap up here tonight. While we got this timeout, let's take a look at the schedules here. The Viera Hawks getting ready to go on offense. You look at the Viera Hawks schedule the first 4 weeks. They got a big one against the Rockledge Raiders next week. We'll see how, and then we'll see what the final is between Rockledge and Heritage. But Rockledge with some momentum going into that game potentially next week against Viera. Then they got a game against Deltona, at Astronaut, at Titusville, and then at Toho to start the first 5 weeks of the season. 3 games on the road, 2 at home. As we'll see Sebastian Gonzalez take the carry. Nice run there by Gonzalez, and we got a flag here on Gonzalez as he made the run. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on Gonzalez. So penalties tonight for the Viera Hawks. If there's one area that there's 2 areas that I feel like the Viera Hawks definitely got to work on. One is penalties, because they probably got over 100 yards of penalties tonight, and 2. Secondary needs a little bit of work in the back end because, again, Palm Bay was able to get some big chunk plays in the passing game in the secondary in the early portion of this ball game tonight. So the unsportsmanlike penalty will knock the Viera Hawks back all the way to the 46 of Viera. Hartman hands it off. It'll be Bubar this time, and a penalty flags fly as a face mask by Hopkins. We'll see what the officials officially call, but yeah, face mask on the Palm Bay Pirates defenders. So that'll move the ball up as we're under 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter with the Viera Hawks firmly in control of this one. Looking at the Palm Bay Pirates schedule, they start the first 4 weeks of the season on the road. This will be the last time the Palm Bay Pirates will be at home for the month of August. They won't play a game here until September 19th against the Melbourne Bulldogs, Battle of Babcock Street. As the first down and 10 for the Viera Hawks.
Heritage has just tied it up with Rockledge.
What's the tie? What's the score on that?
34-34.
Rockledge and Heritage tied up 34-34. What a dandy of a ball game between Rockledge and Heritage. Run up the gut goes for very little. But looking at the Pirates' schedule at Astronaut next week to start the season, Astronaut's got a good football team. at Bayside, at Cocoa Beach, at Merritt Island, then Melbourne. That's your first half of the schedule. You know, Blake, looking at that, a couple of games there for the Palm Bay Pirates to get some wins, but obviously got to get some momentum going for them.
Absolutely. They got to clean some stuff up on both sides of the football. Kick return looks very
Fantastic.
good. Very good.
Caden Newton, definitely a dangerous return man for the Palm Bay Pirates. Coach Tony Gula in this Viera Hawks offense as Hartman loads this one up, throws it. What a rainbow, with that one just out in front of the Hawks receiver. That'll fall incomplete. 3:46 to go here in the fourth. Second down and 8. Check that. We might have it's third down, I think. Yep, third down. Again, Hartman in the backfield. Matt Carpenter in the backfield with Hartman along with Bubar. Bubar gets the handoff right up the gut, lowers the shoulders, and brought down by a couple of Palm Bay Pirate defenders. Caden Fonte in on the stop. Bubar with a nice run, picks up about 3 or 4 on that carry. Brings up fourth down and 2.
Coming up in 30 seconds in the Rockledge game. Rockledge driving the ball down the field.
30 seconds to go in the ball game. Rockledge driving right now. 3:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Viera deep into Palm Bay territory. Again, the Hawks just going to milk this clock. Again, want to get out of here. They got the W tonight. Obviously, it doesn't go in the win column as Bubar gets the handoff, comes to the near sideline. Billy Brown brings him down. Got the 21-yard line. They'll convert on the fourth down. So Viera Hawks will continue to milk this clock. But Viera right now in full control of this one. Looking at the Viera Hawks going back into this game. Started out pretty well. They got up to 28-7 over the Palm Bay Pirates. Derek Schmadeke with a 7-yard touchdown run to open the scoring. Then Duke Butler with a 25-yard touchdown run, made it 14-7. Then James Olson, the linebacker, with a pick 6 for 31 yards out, made it 21-7. Derek Schmadeke with another touchdown run from a yard out, made it 28-7 as this handoff goes. And I believe that's Bubar gets the handoff, gain a couple. Dominic Maxwell with a 22-yard field goal tonight, made 31-14. And then Eric Nelson, a 36-yard touchdown pass to Jonah Woodruff. And then a 72-yard kick return for a touchdown by Duke Butler, extended the lead 45-20. And then Eric Nelson to Gabe Freeman made it 52 points for the Viera Hawks. So Eric Nelson, 2 touchdown passes, very efficient tonight. The Viera Hawks offense looks really good. Handoff again for the Viera Hawks, and Billy Brown in on the stop along with a few others. James White there too. Clock continues to run, 1:20 to go. I don't know if we've gotten into victory formation just yet. Play clock reads 31 seconds. So, and it's only third down, I believe. Yeah, third down. Yeah, third down. So Viera, they'll have to run at least 3 more plays. So, just one?
Yeah.
45 seconds to go here. Handoff once again. And James White in on the stop for the Palm Bay Pirates defense. And that should do it. Only one play. That should do it for us here as the Viera Hawks come away with a win, a big win over the Palm Bay Pirates. And head coach Kevin May's debut here at Palm Bay High School. Games will start counting next week in Week 1 action. Palm Bay Pirates will travel up to Astronaut to take on the Astronaut War Eagles, while the Viera Hawks will take on the Rockledge Raiders at home next week. And that action will have a full slate next week for you here on the Brevard Sports Network. But, Blake, really quick, your final thoughts on tonight's game.
I think Viera just did a great job on both sides of the field. They really just got to clean up the penalties, and I think they could have a great season. Palm Bay, you have a lot of kinks to work out, to be honest. But once they get those figured out, next week when they start counting, I think they could have a pretty good season.
It'll be great to get the Week 1 slate kicked off next week. Again, a lot of positives for both coaches to take out of here tonight. Obviously, Viera is going to be a lot happier with this one. But an impressive showing by the Viera Hawks, and really looking forward to seeing how Coach Kevin Mays develops this team as the season progresses. 52-20, Viera beats Palm Bay. I'm Anthony Knockreiner. Thank you again to Blake May, as well as Caleb Brown, our producer, pushing our buttons and knobs here tonight. Thank you, fans. Make sure you tune in to the Brevard Sports Network post-game show tonight on the Facebook page. Thank you again, and have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
This game's still alive. We're still tied. So
Hey, go ahead and jump over to the Rockledge Herald.